What's up out there, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing beautifully well out there on this beautiful Thursday. I'm doing well myself. I come across this particular story right here, and I must say, hooray, 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 if you understand what I'm saying. Well, as you can see with this particular picture right here, it says DOJ indicts Peckerwoods gang. Yeah, you heard me right. Peckerwoods gang. All right. Now you can see 42 to 68 members down here in this picture, and a lot of them, has the in custody, strip going across the picture, basically, blocking the images of the people that's been arrested. And then you see some of them. Well, it doesn't, it's not on there. But be that as is. Yeah, they have been indicted. Now, it says 68 indicted and bust of Peckerwoods gang. White supremacist gang in San Fernando Valley. All right. Yeah, it said they was basically, plotting and scheming on starting race wars, running drugs, and basically selling, marketing guns and stuff like that. Racketeering, if you will, you see. But yeah, the long arm of the law has caught up with them, Now, I got a couple of videos clips that I want us to check out, and then we'll complete the commentary. Check this out.
Fox 7's Christina Gonzalez live on what the U.S. Attorney is calling one of the largest takedowns in the history of the DOJ. Christina.
Yeah, this is one of 29 locations where they served federal search warrants. You're going to see them going into that room right behind us, part of a very large indictment against what they are describing as a local hate group. Watch.
This man is barricaded himself.
A motel manager describing security video from the 777 motor inn off Sepulveda as federal agents break into one of the rooms. The view from Skyfox as federal and local law enforcement serves arrest warrants against members of a San Fernando hate group.
The San Fernando Valley Peckerwoods, essentially a local chapter of the Aryan Brotherhood, has for many years tormented these neighborhoods in the San Fernando Valley. This group displays its affiliation with a gang and also its neo-Nazi ideology through various means. They will often have tattoos that have the letters SFV, representing San Fernando Valley, and also, in their own conversations, searching for victims.
This was one of the largest violent extremist takedowns in LA, this city's history.
Part of an ongoing lengthy investigation targeting how the group allegedly funds its activities.
Their operation branched out in different directions to include drug distribution, specifically fentanyl. They engaged in COVID-19 fraud, unemployment fraud.
Last year, 34-year-old Ryan Bradford was arrested in Reseda for alleged drug and weapons violations.
He was a member of the Peckerwoods. He was making threats to attack the Jewish people online, and had written in a planner his notes for the rest of the year, which was to bake every single Jew.
13 suspects were already in custody. 29 others were arrested today, including the man in that Sherman Oaks motel room who had checked in yesterday. And according to the manager,
He looks suspicious from the beginning when they check in.
now, at this point, you heard about all the arrests, but they're still looking for 26 other people. And some pictures of some of them, we're putting them on our website at foxla.com if you want to check it out. And if you're wondering where the name comes from, it's actually a derogatory term that was used in the prison system for white people. And they embraced it, and they named themselves this years ago, saying that they were going to love that name. And that's, in case you were wondering, where the name of the group comes from.
We are going to begin today at 4 with one of the biggest gang busts in the history of Los Angeles. Good afternoon. I'm Robert Kavelsik.
I'm Kathy Vara. Dozens of people were arrested in connection with a white supremacist gang based in the San Fernando Valley. NBC4's Brittany Hope is live in Sherman Oaks, where the federal investigation continues. Brittany? Hi, Robert and Kathy. We're just outside the 777 Motor Inn. It's right on Sepulveda between Ventura Boulevard and the 101 in the heart of businesses and neighborhoods. Now, I just talked to an employee here who said this all started at 5:30 when a SWAT team showed up and rammed their way into a room. Now, hours later, 10 hours later, 11 hours later, it's still going on. Take a look behind me. FBI agents are still here. Some of them were undercover. You can see they're not wearing uniforms. We've seen them come out with different pieces of evidence, putting things into different boxes. Lots of them wearing masks and gloves. The DEA tells me this is one of dozens of busts across Southern California involving a gang, drugs, guns, fraud, and hate.
Sheer scale of this operation is historic.
68 members of a white supremacist gang now facing federal charges.
This was one of the largest violent extremist takedowns in LA, this city's history.
The FBI, DEA, U.S. Attorney's Office, and LAPD say 42 of them were arrested in raids across Southern California. This morning, one of those busts happened at this motel in Sherman Oaks. The motel shared these videos with us of law enforcement in tactical gear going into one of the rooms and later putting this man in handcuffs.
What defines them is their hate and their animus towards racial, ethnic, and religious minorities.
With hate toward Jewish people, here's what officials say they found in one gang member's home.
In his home, a treasure trove of white supremacist paraphernalia, including replica Nazi uniforms, posters of Adolf Hitler, and on top of that, he would post in online message boards threats to murder and commit genocide against Jewish people.
The 76-count indictment alleges the members of this gang have been trafficking drugs, including fentanyl, possessing illegal guns, terrorizing Valley neighborhoods, and committing fraud and identity theft since at least 2016.
They even set up a storefront, a fake drug treatment center, used to write false documents to get members of their group off probation or parole, defrauding Medicare and insurance providers.
An operation going on for years in partnership with the Aryan Brotherhood prison gang.
And then they will pay proceeds of this criminal activity to Aryan Brotherhood members incarcerated. This is known as a form of taxes.
Authorities say the gang wanted to use all of the funds from their illegal doings to commit hate crimes and attacks toward different religious and ethnic groups, including members of the Jewish faith. And they believe this historic bust and what they took into custody
97 pounds of fentanyl
will protect Angelenos.
We will not sit back and wait for the next tragedy to occur.
And the FBI still here again collecting evidence out of that room. Again, 68 people charged in this, 29 arrested just today. That leaves dozens of people who the FBI are now calling fugitives, and they say they need the community's help finding those people, learning more about this gang. So if you know anything, you are encouraged to call your local law enforcement. We're reporting in Sherman Oaks, Brittany Hope, NBC4 News.
Just wanted to point out something. You can see this AR-15 right here, and it has what is supposed to be a silencer, but instead they took a oil filter from a car and made it a silencer. Okay. Now that's something that a Peckerwood would do. That's just downright stupid. Now I bet y'all thought I was just being facetious when I said Peckerwoods gang. No, they actually called themselves that, as you can see what law enforcement said. But nevertheless, they took them down. Now let's talk about the real reason why they took them down. Okay, it's not because there was a hate group toward so-called African Americans. Let's get that straight. Now we know full well that this has been going on for how many years? Decades now. You see what I'm saying? And this particular white wish they was wannabe supremacist gang was doing all their little terrorism, inter-terrorism towards the so-called peoples of different race, which is basically us. Okay, that's basically what it is. But I'm gonna tell you where they messed up at. Now, all the while, these so-called Jewish people knew about them. They knew about them. Okay, all the while. But where the Peckerwoods gang messed up is when they started talking about doing something to the Jewish people. Now, guess what? Here it is. Indictment. The Department of Justice. This is where they take you down. And that's just what it all boils down to. But long as, you wasn't saying things like that and you were conducting your business and racism against the so-called African American people and whoever else, you was all right. With selling your fentanyl and your guns and all this other stuff, your white wannabe supremacist agendas. That's all right. But when you threw the other ones in the mix, well, here it is. You're indicted. Now they claim that this carries from somewhere for certain members, each members or whatever, 10 to 15 years to life. Okay, somewhere in that aspect right here. So you, at the very least, they're gonna, some other members are gonna get at least 10 years. Some's gonna get 15 to life, and that's just what it is. And that's all right by me. Take them and throw them away, because hey, we got enough things going on in this country as it is, than to be dealing with the Peckerwoods. Okay. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular story right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it in the comment section. If you can comment, like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.